Right, me again. Different one today. I've done a lot recently, proved that I'm Ramses II, and I was just looking past it since 2019, since I've been doing this. Been doing it since 2016, but properly since 2019. And last time Trump got in, which I was part of getting him in, I said Trump's got to live to 100 because he's going to do a lot of very, very good things with peace deals. He's going to change the world. So make sure he lives to 100 and no one hurts him. And so when the bullet just hit his ear, I said, was that one of my guys who did that? And they said yes. They did a ghost recon. They saw him get on the roof and they waited till he aimed and they nudged his shoulder and he's missed the shot, and then he got one of the riflemen which were looking the other way to shoot him, and he shot him and killed him straight away. So I said, so what you're saying is I'm instrumental in getting Donald Trump to not be shot, to stay alive, so I've saved his life. And they said yes. So I said, well, if I told someone that, they won't believe me. And they said, well, what we'll do today is we'll clear the sky and we'll turn the yellow sun orange, and then no one can say that you haven't saved Donald Trump's life. So here I am, Ramses II, also known as Simon, because obviously, see, years and years ago since I died and I went into the sun. And if you look at my history, I actually asked to go into the sun. So Ramses II, who I am, I went into the sun. They kept me safe in the sun for thousands of years, and then when it was ready for me to come back, I came back after all the wars to do something special. Now, when you've been dead for that long and you wake up, you forget who you are. So it's took me 47 years to realise that I had to do certain things, and I still can't remember a few things because obviously you're very damaged when you've been dead for 3,000 years. So I've been doing some little YouTube things, but I've been doing healing for many years, mainly practicing so I could be the best healer. So we're out here today, and what we're doing is we're waiting to see if I actually did give the order to keep Donald Trump alive and save his life. So they're going to prove it by clearing the skies at some point. It's right, I said round about 3 o'clock, but when you're like thousands of miles away, which the sun is, well, millions of miles away, it could be like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, could be an hour difference. So I'm just going to wait here and wait till they see what they do. So over where I am, which is I'm nearer Worcestershire today than Williston, still in Worcestershire, and the weather says it's going to be cloudy all day till 6 o'clock, and there might be a little bit of sun at 6 o'clock, but it's nearly 3 o'clock at the moment. So they're going to turn the yellow sun orange. So they start to clear the sky, look, blue. The weather again, this fresh air's coming. This has happened on 2 or 3 of my videos before. Yeah, and just completely cleans up, like they're totally changing the. Yeah. The atmosphere is definitely changing here, and this is all because I asked if I saved Donald Trump's life, prove it by parting all the clouds, clearing the sky and turning the yellow sun orange. So this is, if indeed I did save Donald Trump's life, then this is going to prove it. And I'm a big fan of Donald Trump, I always have been, so. And there's the sun. Now if you look at the weather, it definitely says there's no sun till 6 o'clock tonight, and it's 3 o'clock. Which I'm quite excited about, because when you live a life like I do and you're a really good healer and you talk to the dead, look at that now. You talk to the dead and the alive, and you move the worlds, move and shake the worlds, but you know, on the face of it, you just look like a normal guy. Sometimes you just think, am I dreaming this, or is it real? But it's real, as you can see. Beautiful blue bits there. Blue. Blue, blue. You see my other films that I've done, videos, there's always this occurring. Well, when I've asked them for something to happen regarding the sun, there's been beautiful blue. When I've not asked it regarding the sun, I've asked for some faces in the sky. It's you've just seen the facial figures in the clouds. Definitely something going on. Oh, the air has absolutely become crystal clear. Beautiful, beautiful air. And this came from a past life regression. So past life regression is you just close your eyes and you get talked through it, and you remember your last life. Now I remember my last life, little bits of it, which is frustrating because, you know, sometimes you walk around in life and you think there's more to life than this. And since I've been doing that and practicing healing and other things, my life's changed dramatically. But now I've had to prove it, because when you have a discussion with someone and they're miserable and you go, life's not like that, life's amazing. I've seen amazing things, I've been with amazing beings. I can't see them, but I've seen them, and I've had like the most special days of my life with people I can't even see. Beings. There might even be animals that have learned how to, look at this all opening up now. So if you're like feeling down about something, you know, there's always an answer to it. There's always an answer to something. moving a bit because I'm in a freezing cold field. Sometimes you get things wrong because I'm like yesterday I said something was 3:30 but it was 2:30, and sometimes I've said like it's, I think like earlier I might have said whatever it is, but it's February. It's the first week in February 2026. Now I didn't ask for any faces in the sky, but I've seen a lot already today. Normally happens when I'm out. Well, if I'm doing something to interact with them, that is. Otherwise it's normally nothing around. Now again, you look around, the only blue sky is over me. Look, again. It's totally blue above me, and everywhere else is rainy over there, apart from over there where I've said I'm going to set up. So I don't know how long this is going to take, because I said around about 3 o'clock. So around about 3 o'clock could be around about 4 o'clock. looked like the whole sky moved in one go then. Don't know whether you noticed it. The birds have come out. Blue skies above my head. Blue sky. You see there, it's all clearing up. I've got a feeling that all that's going to move over there, and then you're going to see the yellow sun banging straight at me. And then you're going to see the yellow sun turn orange. Which you haven't heard me say this before. You've got a yellow sun, an orange sun, and a blue sun, and a black sun. And I know this because I've seen them, and they've given me special healing powers. Because I can wave my hand like that and clean a chakra in like a second, when a chakra healing expert would take like 4 hours to just do one chakra, and I can do it in like a count to 30. And I can prove it. The thing is with proving stuff is I go on the street for 4 hours saying free healing to everyone, and I have waste 4 hours someone walking past me saying, oh no, don't believe in that, I don't want to do that. I'll just lose my faith in humanity again. So I can't be bothered. But if one of you lot want to contact me on WhatsApp as a proof, if you've got a lot of followers and you can and you want to try me out, then I'll do you a distance healing. And as long as you're not doing a troll on me and you're honest, I'll do a distance healing on you for free, as long as you give me a honest reply and you're honest about it. You're not like a skeptic and go, oh yeah, well, it was sort of like this. You know, somebody who's going to be honest. And then that'll obviously, because this is my first time on any sort of social media, so it's going to take me a little bit to get a following. Now, if you don't know if you've seen Bashar or someone like that, psychic medium, you know, they channel certain individuals that can talk through them, and I do that as well. And sometimes they want to talk. So if someone starts saying Simon, it means they're talking about me. So then you know what's going on. Some of them are mad arses because I can hear them waffling on. Because I've like grown up like boxing and wrestling and having serious car accidents and really serious diseases to get over and illnesses and cancers to get over, and I've got over them all. I went to Gestard and got poisoned with some Second World War poison that was in someone's garage, and got cursed by some Nazi satanic ritual abuser, and I was still here. So when I hear them moaning, I'm like, shut up you mad asses. And they're like, well, we're dead, so we're upset. And I'm like, oh well, I'm not going to say sorry just in case you take advantage of me. So you hear some crazy conversations in the future about me and them talking, because some are from Egypt and Greece and Turkey and the Islamic Republic and Christianity and Catholicism and protestations, and they all argue sometimes. And I'm very matter of fact, and I'm like, look, the meaning of life is not to be a warmongering nutcase, it's to be a kind individual and make up for the things you've done in the past. Looks like someone's waving up there, I don't know whether you can see it. I'm sure I just saw a little face with a little hand waving. Look at that, all beautifully clear. That's coming here in a minute. Well, I say in a minute. Now, I'm a very patient person, but I'm also a very staunch timekeeper. So if someone says, you know, be there at 2:30, I'll be there at 2:25 to make sure that I'm not late for anyone. And you know, when you're doing big jobs like this, and I say do it around 3 o'clock, and like it's like, I don't know, it's like 1:15. I'm like, where is it? Even though it's an amazing thing to wait for, and and I'm not being like disrespectful to the sons and these that have done it for me. It's just my character to question. Plus I was supposed to be the captain of the Egyptian army for 66 years, so I think sometimes I might come over a bit bossy, but I'm not. That statue in the Great Egyptian Museum, the big one, that's mine. Which I've got to prove yet, which obviously if you're talking to like the curators who've spent £1 billion on making it, and I turn up and say, oh, this clobber's mine, I want it back, or at least I want some payment for using it, I'd obviously be, they will believe me, because when they see these things and they see what I can do, they'll have to believe me. But in the meantime I've had to rough it and come out in the freezing cold and do things which no one can do, so when it all gets through to the public and it's all quizzed and the scientists and the experts check it, they'll know that I'm the real deal. I'm not messing around. This is happening. So what you're going to see next is you're going to see the yellow sun turn orange, and that's to prove that I saved Donald Trump's life, because I believe he was supposed to be the POTUS of America, and I've got him in twice. The Biden thing was a mistake, because that was the evil twins got them in. The evil twins, which we had to get rid of so we could get Trump back in. And we had to brainwash everyone, actually like clean all the brains out so they could not lie about the polls. So they did lie a little bit about the polls, but we've been told. But if you saw, like, even CNN were cleaned out, so they could, you see, last like 8 years ago they were saying, oh, it's a washout and Trump's lost, and putting up all reds and blues wrong on their map, and then this time they were putting it all nearly correct. We believe Trump won 110 million votes when Biden said he did, and that's what we've been told. Now, as you can see, all the way around, pitch dark thunderclouds. Here, where I am, blue, and it's gone 3 o'clock, and this is what's happening. All the skies cleared. I said at 3 o'clock, around about 3 o'clock, clear the skies so we can see the sun and turn the yellow sun orange. This has never been done before, ever. So we're all very excited to see it happen. If you see one of my last videos, we were there, the sun was there, and Simon said something to the sun, and the sun started setting straight away, so it went from there and started to set within 15 minutes. But Simon thought that they were trying to put some pictures in the sky, so he walked off in a huff. But it's actually, they were setting the sun within an hour, which is unheard of, so he missed the footage for that, but he only got 15 minutes of it. But he moved the sun from the left to the right in 15 minutes, and you can check that. You can check the video, and YouTube can check the authenticity of whether it's been sped up or anything, and you'll see that it's real, which is hard to believe unless you see it done. But we've seen Simon do it, and he's done it. So, and we're the cloak, which means we go into people and tell them to do things, and they don't even know we're doing it. So Simon's let us speak through him. I'm Dukey Cokey of the Cloak, which means I'm the June Coke, which I can't explain what it is, just in case Simon beats me up. It sounds to me like they're doing something against me, which won't last very long because I'll throw them in that sun or something. So that was someone coming through and doing something. Now I don't know whether they're doing it good or bad, so we'll see if I feel worse off for it or I'm better off for it. Now it's freezing cold out here. I'd say it's like 4 degrees or something, and it's like a wind chill factor of like 0 degrees, so I'm dedicated to coming out and doing this to prove it, because when you're a special individual, which sounds weird and self-absorbent, but there's lots of special individuals about, Donald Trump ones, Nigel Farage's one. There's lots on the internet, the ones that do the readings and the psychics and the tarots, and they talk to you about magic and things. There's a lot of special people, Feng Shui people, Crewe people. But the thing is they're around a lot of negative people and they don't understand how special they can be. So with me being Pharaoh Ramses the Great, I've got to live up to being the great, and I've lived a life of being severely injured and been severely, going into situations where, what's the chances of me going to Gestard as a pranic healer to go and heal someone, and then digging up some old relic out of the basement and, nearly dying of some Cyclone B perverting Hitler juice, which was used to wipe out the human race, and me get a mouthful of it and nearly die. And obviously I couldn't go to the doctors or anything. I just knew what it was because with doing psychic medium and shit, I found out that it was Zyklone B and perverting, which no one survives from, and it's 6 years later and here I am. So, there's lots of us who are special, who have got special skills and are healers. Anyone can be a healer if you train properly. I can train you to be a healer if you want to be a healer, but it's an arduous thing, and you have to really, really put your time and effort into it. But I'd say that I'm the best healer in the world, and I'm willing to prove it. So if you've got like nerve damage in your arm and you can't move your arm, and it's only just happened or something like that, and you're willing to give it a go, I'll attempt to fix that arm for you. Now I can't promise I can fix it, because you've got past life regression and a karmic cycle. You might have done things in your life you're not willing to tell me about, which you have to make up for first. So there's all sorts of things. But if you've got some like severe something that everyone said you can't get rid of, I've done it with my uncle. My uncle had end stage liver failure, and I commanded him get better. He was out of the hospital the next week, and now he's in the pub all the time. And all his family say, "Oh, you can't help him, he's got end stage." I said, "He's in the pub. People who've got end stage something, you don't see them in the pub, you see them in a hospice." But he's in the pub every day. Now look, this is what I asked to do, is clear the sky. I'm in a field which is like a bog, so if you see some moving about and stuff, it's because this tripod is on like a bog. I'm on like a bog. It's like a cow field, which is we're just coming out of winter, so it's not the ideal place, but it's where no one's going to mither me, because if someone comes up asking what I'm doing, getting in the way, it's not good for me at the moment. So this is like nearly 3:30. The weather says there's going to be no sun till after 6 o'clock. And here's the sun. And it says it's going to be cloudy all day till after 6 o'clock. And it says there's a chance of sun at 6 o'clock. It doesn't say it's actually sunny. I just went really dizzy then because a huge astral projection went into the sun, and that, look, someone just blasted a huge astral projection into the sun, and look at that. Now we're doing out-of-body experiences and Ubi from the joke, which I can't tell you what it is, because if you say it you might get possessed by a demon called Choke. Simon's actually helped the demons out, because he thought when somebody gets wrongly accused of something, they're called demonised. So Simon thought, well, if these demons have been demonised, I better get in touch with them and do some healing on them, and he has. He did a healing on Choke for his base chakra, and he felt loads better. So that's I'm thinking of doing the rest of it. Now that's that bright now, even Simon, who can look in the sun. Again, look. It said the sun would be banging through here. Now all we've got to see is the sun turn orange, and then we all know that Simon's not only Ramses II, who's a pharaoh who died in 13 BC, went into the sun, and the sun kept him sweet for 3,000 years and got him born into a nice little family in Wimbury in Crewe, Cheshire, and then brought him up as a nice guy to be a healer and a ruler again, because he is going to be a ruler. He's not really into politics, but we're trying to force him to go into politics because he's got a squeaky clean past. And we've gone through his whole past and he hasn't even got any misdemeanors or anything, not done anything vindictive to anyone. Now that is a beautiful picture. And again, another big wow. This is the sun communicating with Simon's heart chakra. I've never seen anything like this. I'm Choke, I'm a tough guy. I used to be a killer in a Islamic army. Yeah, Simon didn't like us at first, but we said we come from holy war, so we had to look after each other. Yeah, I'm from an Islamic war. Yeah, called Choke. Do you know what a choke is? You'll know that I'm a real bad guy. And Simon said, look, the war's over, it's thousands of years ago. Let's get on with each other. Even if you're a Muslim or a Christian or a Crusader, we've all been warriors in the past. We've got to look after this earth, or it'll be like the moon. It'd be like the moon, because the moon used to be like the earth. And we know this because Simon defrosted the moon. If you look at 2019 pictures of the moon, Simon did that, and this is not a lie, because I've seen the pictures and it's true. He did it with a supernatural being called Choklock, which is actually a guy from the moon. Yeah. Here's the orange. Look, the sun's turning orange. Now you've got to admit that that sun turned orange then. If you look at all the air's gone misty. This is what Simon does all the time, but we've made him really ill and not be able to heal himself fast enough, because we were giving him 10 days work in 7 days. So he's been saying he's the most powerful healer in the world. We've not believed him, and here he is. He feels brand new. He's like the toughest man I know, and I'm a lady from Pakistan called Shkuk. So all you Islamists, if you know who Shkuk is, Simon's Shkuk's friend. That's Simon, how kind he is. He's going to do Shkuk's chakra balance for her when she gets in. Simon's a kind guy. He wants everyone to look after each other, but when you try and translate that into an Islamic language, it comes over as like he's not going to do things for us. But he has. He's proved to us that he's what's called a God King. I've seen the sun turn orange today, Simon, so I know you're not lying. So Simon did save Donald Trump's life, as you've just seen. He thinks Donald Trump's the best leader for the world, so he's trying to get him to basically run the world. And as you've seen, he took Venezuela out, which Simon laughed, because Simon's got helpers all over the world, all just taking the despots out of leadership and putting in nice guys. So we've just seen the yellow sun do a flash of orange, so you must admit that you saw it too. I'm going to stay here to see if there's anything else, just in case Simon again turns the camera off too soon to find out that there was something else amazing going on. So, to reiterate, yesterday I said, how can I prove that I saved Donald Trump's life? And they said, come out around 3 o'clock. Well, I said about 3 o'clock, and they'll part all the clouds and turn the yellow sun orange, and look. Wow! That is so bright you wouldn't believe it. Now they've just thrown another one in the sun, so watch. There you go, that's the response. Someone's just thrown something in the sun and that was the response, is a big flash. So if you see this human resonance and the and what the sun belts out, I've never seen anything like this, but Simon opens his eyes really wide and stares straight into the sun, and the sun beams something back into him and his eyes flicker a lot, and then something happens and I'm choke of the Islam. Who Simon is channeling. It's not Simon making it up. Simon's doing some sort of communication with the sun. Thinks it's his automatic. Thinks there's a duality of life, is what you know and what you don't know. Sometimes you can think about something, but you actually got an underneath you, an inner self that's doing something. Yeah, look what's just happened now. Simon Townsend just did this. Simon can see the corona, I can see through his eyes. This is choke of Islam, and I can see the corona. I can see the corona of Simon's eyes, through Simon's eyes. It took me 6 years to learn English because Simon said, if you're going to talk through us, then you have to talk English, because I don't know whether you're taking advantage of me or not. Again, there's definitely oranges. And again, huge burst. Now, what you didn't hear is Simon talk to the sun. He said, it's me, Ramses II. Do something so my watchers know I'm not insane. And you can see what's happened, because they're banging out these wavelengths. And again, banging wavelengths. I've seen the weather forecast because Simon checks it so he doesn't lie. And it says it was dark all day. I didn't see it said it was sunny at all. I said it was dark all day. All day, all the way tonight. And so this proves that whoever Simon's commanded to do this are doing it for him. He calls them his right hand man for slash woman. He pays them very well. I don't know how he pays them. He says anyone who does something for him's got to be rewarded. I get upset because I've hurt Simon and his dogs and his missus and everyone. Now, I'm not Choke, I'm Zook of the Crewe, which is a Native American Indian woman who Simon found in Gustard, and someone did a rude picture of me and Simon said that's not me, but I blamed him for it. It wasn't me, because I don't do rude pictures of anyone. So I'm a squawk from the Cloak, which is a Native American Indian tribe. So if any of you Native American Indians are out there, yeah, Simon doesn't like sexists, so he's been trying to get us to come through to talk, and here we are. Watch this, I'm going to do this now. Bokaraka! It's Crewe Cork! Now you can see the sun's changed. Now I don't know whether that was me, because I'm a Native American Indian woman called Choke of the Lake. So if you hear any Native American people, get them to listen to this video and see if I'm actually saying something horrible about Simon, or it's actually some Islamist doing something. I'm trying to clear Simon out because we put so many bad things in him, because he said he made himself immortal so he could survive the barrage from everywhere. Harmony! That's a halo. That's a dead person going through Simon. Now, I've never seen anything like this, because Simon commanded that this is happening, and is happening. Because like he says, this weather's not supposed to be here, and it is. And it's around about 3 o'clock. We think it's about the 4th of February, but stupidly we didn't look when we come out, which is like a Friday or something. Now, we've been with Simon, right, and his dead dog ate a rabbit ages ago, and the dog died, and then we saw the rabbit and the dog in the sky, and Simon was like, man, well, that's my dog with the rabbit she killed. She ran off. Oh, orange again. That is definitely orange. I've got to check this camera, because if it's not in the right place we'll go mad, because it's that bright. You look at the sun and can't see the camera because it's so bright. It's definitely orange, that is, compared to yellow when we came out. Simon keeps bending over. He thinks that's Sadhguru of the Hindus. Simon thought the Hindus tried to kill him, so he tried to throw the gods away, and with Buddha, but they're coming back to help him out. Navajo Indians tried to kill him, and so he tried to kill them. It's definitely orange there. Since we come out, we've seen a yellowy like silver sun, and now it's orange. He says don't call it because that thinks the sun's like our mother, really. And it's correct, because I'm a Navajo Indian and I've just said hello mother, and she's I'm going into that sun. I'm no of the cloak. I'm going into the sun. Orange, see? Controversial, but Simon tried to help Satan because he read that Satan was locked in somewhere and they were using his the gifts to do bad things, so he tried to get Satan out of trouble. Then realised with Satan's a bit of your psyche actually. So you hear about demons and daemons and stuff, they're actually part of your psyche. And stupidly Simon thought they were an outside force trying to kill him, so he tried to get rid of them. And then realised that his psyche was splintered, so had to put his psyche back together. This is all true because I'm a cloak, which means I go through everything to see if you're lying or lying. That's orange now, look. They're orange, sorry, the sun's orange. He says there's a yellow sun, but this one's an orange one. Thinks this one picks up the dead, which is not, it is true. So when you die, you go into the orange sun, you don't go into a white light. So if you die in the future and someone from a white light says go in there, don't go in the orange one. Because I'm Dukey of the roll of the Duke on Bokche, and I go like yo choke point jung with your way. No, I'm not Japanese or Chinese, I'm from the Islamic Republic. Now Simon's trying to be careful with Islam because Simon's not racist in any way. He's trying to help everyone out, even the Islamists and all sorts, the holy warmongers. So he's just trying to make sure that his followers understand that he's not against Muslims or Christians or anyone. He's trying to bring harmony and balance, because if you look at his real name, his Hatshepsut name, it means the keeper of harmony and balance. And if you look round, this is supposed to be a stormy, horrible day, and this is what happens when Simon comes out. Simon comes out, the orange sun's talking to me saying shut up and let him do his filming. That's an orange sun. That is an orange sun. I get upset because I'm like with Simon Townsend and I can't believe that I'm allowed to talk, because in my culture women aren't allowed to talk, and so Simon's letting me to talk. I won't tell you what culture, just in case you start getting aggressive with the men of that culture, but it's basically a offshoot of Afghanistan, and they don't like us talking, the men. And Simon is a lover of animals and people, so he gives everyone a chance as long as they're not a pervert. If they're a pervert, he doesn't give them a chance, but if they're not into perverse acts of depravity, he'll give them a chance. Orange again. Now Simon's staring straight into this, and the corona is banging, like flickering, spinning around. And you can see the sun looks like a dodecahedron. Sometimes there's 10 sides, sometimes there's like a 50 pence piece. I think there's 8 sides at the moment. Oh no. We said Octo. Oh no. We're going to have to go now, Townsends. There's a dogon called Octo in the sun. And Simon saw there was 8 eyes on the sun and called the sun Octo. So we said Simon's a liar and he's slagging off this dogon from the sun. So we're going to have to go with the dogon and make up to the dogon and apologise to Simon, which he's just accepted. He said he wouldn't accept our apologies, but he's trying not to be orange again. Orange. Thank you for the orange. I know I'm not insane now. Don't disappear just because I've said thank you. Because sometimes when I've asked somebody something to do it and I've heard them do it, I've said thank you and they think they finished and gone and then left me in worse state than when I started. Checking the balance. What you're seeing at the moment is the sun's gone black. In his optical vision, the sun's gone black and then flashing different colours now. The sun doesn't look like it's real now. It's going, oh wow. Orange again. So all you colour people, as in you can check videos, check the hue and you'll see that it's gone from yellowy to orangey to white. The sun has. He doesn't like saying it's. Well, it's as in the colour, I should say. Simon respects the sun. He's the only one who says to us, the sun's a being. That's where we came from. He even thinks planet Earth was given birth by the sun. There's all sorts of chromo going on at the moment. Chromo, which means all the clouds and all the sky's gone all sorts of different colours. I've never seen anything like that. Simon just opened his eyes as wide as he could and did what's called a pranic healing widescape, which means you can see everything in the cosmos. Oh my gosh, we're all going. We're all going. Bye viewers, we're all going. Simon's not, he'll live forever because he's tough as old boots. But we're going. We've been released. Oh, bye. That was ghosts from thousands of years ago all been released because Simon's sat here for years trying to do the right thing. We've been trying to bully him to stop him showing us up. That's me channeling Jesus Christ of the afterlock. Right, that was not, it's me, Simon, now. None of that crying was me. That's them understanding that I'm the keeper of harmony and balance, the real guy, the real Pharaoh, Ramses II. I'm Cloak, right? I'm going to ask the sun if they can tell me if Simon's actually a Pharaoh, and we'll see. So I'm going to ask now. Zig zag, zig zag, zig zag, zig zag, zig. Ooh, zig zag, bokalo, kishiki shiku. Akara, yo 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 yo. Ikajaga, zishi, woo yok. Well, I don't want to give you the result of that, people, because it's too nice. Fucking hell. Got to look at the sun now. We've been covering up Simon's true identity as Pharaoh. He's what's called Pharaoh, which means the kindest man you can imagine. Oh no. This is what happens when people come and go and they're not allowed to talk, and then they talk and then they think someone's listening to us, and now we've got the sun listening to us, and now we've got to say that we're not bad people, we're not perverts, and can we come into the sun, and then we'll see if the sun comes in. Because Simon Townsend, who's Pharaoh, went into that sun there thousands of years ago, and he came back out. And you can see, if you read a story about Cloak of the Choke, which is actually called Isis of Apophis, she said she went into the sun to went into a different galaxy, and Simon's seen the portal, which is shut at the moment, but he can see it. He's seen it years ago, and then he slagged me off because he thought I was not a real pharaoh. No, I'm Isis of Apophis. Now that's an orange hue I can see there. Yellowy, granted, but definitely orange. I'm going to move over here because the wires are in the way, and when you're intercepting things from the sun and you're talking to the sun, you don't want anything in the way. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to try and stay here until the battery runs out. So it's going to be a long one, but it's very, very worthwhile, because you've had different beings from different cultures. You've had one from the Islamic Republic. You've had a squaw who got killed in America and then taken as a dead body to sacrifice to Switzerland and Gstaad, and that's where Simon picked him up accidentally on purpose. He wasn't there for anything bad, he was there to do healing, to expand his portfolio because he went to Miami and saved someone's life, and me, being a horrible bitch, got the man to forget that Simon saved his life. Working through all this stuff. That's what Simon's done today on his own, by commanding his right hand man and woman, who are very happy to be his left right hand man and woman now. Wouldn't be surprised if there's someone that hated him before. That's the thing with getting over your differences, because we thought Simon was a Christian crusader, which is very difficult to be when you're a pharaoh, because you've got no religion, you're a pharaoh, which means you make up your own rules. Trying to stay away from this because Simon might get electrocuted to death by getting stuck on this rail here, so we're going to go back, which is not Simon, it's Simon of the Necronomicon, because he came to help Simon out, but Simon thought he was up to no good, so they had a fallout. Simon said he'd lived the Necronomicon life, and then found out that, you know, there's like Comic-Con, but there's some pervert ones called Lollicons, and he thought, oh no, if all these cons are all perverts, I'm not going to be one of them. But Necronomicon's nothing to do with being a pervert. Nor is Comic-Con. Comic-Con's just a load of guys getting dressed up. So there, orange. Oh, there was a lot of something wet in the sun then. I think it's Sadhguru, but it's not. So if there's a real Sadhguru out there, you'll find that Simon's just helped you out because he's a big fan of India when they're doing nice things. Thinks Modi's a nice guy. See, the thing is the Western culture is different to where I come from in Islam. So you're very susceptible to criticism. So we keep quiet about a lot of things that we want to do. But when I'm possessing Simon, I'm in Cheshire, so no one can bully me. And Simon won't let anyone bully me now. He's going to do me a chakra healing when we get home. He just said, I've got a missus, you know. I'm not looking for another missus, am I right? Right, it's getting absolutely freezing. We've seen how much the sun's moved, because I think we're going for an early dusk. Right, we're going to risk Simon the Necronomicon's life because there's a high power cable there and he's about 20 foot tall and we're going to go through here. I'll get on the other side. That's him getting choked on this thing. And we're going to go over here, set up here, because you're right, the sun's going down really fast tonight. It's about 20 foot wide as well, because he did Garima, which don't give anima on him because he will get lost. Simon can do siddhis of the guru, so trying to make sure. We're better off right further back, they're saying, so we're Simon Necronomicon, duck, because we're going to get stuck. Oh! We're in a muddy field in Cheshire near Williston and more near Williston, because Williston's just there and the sun's come out again, so we're going to do this. I'm just going to stand here. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Islam's gonna fucking love this video. And he's gonna reunite fucking Islam with fucking Christianity. We're all gonna get on together. We're not gonna tell each other to subscribe to each other's fucking language. Oh my God. And what you're going to see now is you're going to see the sunset in about 15 minutes. Which Simon's seen before, but it's an amazing thing to see. In 15 minutes the sun's going to set. And then you can video this and check it. Simon's freezing, he's shivering his mind out. And then he's got to remember how to get home because it's going to be dark. But the fortunate thing is you can go that way. You can go the long way, but the street light's that way. We've had Simon in such a state. We've got him stuck on the moors in Wales, which is a horrible thing. Twice we've got him stuck. We've got him in graveyards freezing to death in the middle of the night in Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, not doing chest sets, doing something else. Because we've been digging up witches' bones and putting him in Simon's. Because Simon thought if all these pedophiles who worked in the churches are doing something from the graveyards, we'll go and get them and throw them away so there's no paedophilia. But we didn't hear that's correct, so we thought Simon was messing about with dark wizardry. So we thought if he's going to get dark wizardry, he needs some bones out the graves. So we went and got the bones out the graves and did some Islamic rebounding on him, but we don't understand why Simon couldn't do his Ars Notaria, which is a grimoire. And that's what the problem is when you don't speak each other's language. Simon's so cold, he's shivering so badly, but put his hat on, but you can't see what we're doing. Now what you're going to see on this video is the sun has moved miles and miles and miles out of the way that they would normally move. And had short periods of going orange from yellow, which is exactly what he wanted. Might even go more orange now. What? Zigzag, 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 go. Let me clear you out now. That's us, because Simon likes, when he's had a really hard day, likes to go home and drink some lager. But in Islam you're not allowed to do that, so we've been stopping him drinking. But we're going to allow him because he's English, he's not in Islam. Because in Islam you're not allowed to drink lager, but in England you are. But we kept mixing Simon up for someone we knew, and we thought, this guy's changed. He's not allowed to drink lager in Islam. I've got throat chakra, it's a DUI. So if you just double check, the whole sky is completely clear around Simon Townsend, who's actually called Pharaoh Ramses the Great. Orange, totally orange, the sun. Look, completely orange. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Now if you're from Sufism, you'll know what that is. Zigzag, 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 Simon thought it was Native American Indians, but it's Sufi. Yeah, Simon thought, oh, Sufism's the spiritual side of Islam, and probably get on with these guys. I didn't try and kill you. I thought you were trying to kill me. Oh no! Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Well, that's someone messing about with the dogs over there. But it is crystal clear. I'm going to doff my cap to Simon Peter Townsend, because we went out yesterday and he commanded the wrong people to do the wrong thing, and we stood outside freezing cold for hours and nothing happened. And Simon thought, oh well, I mustn't have done that then, I mustn't have saved Donald Trump's life, even though it was the most miraculous save I've ever seen, because a ghost from the Islamic Republic called Shokik went and did it for Simon Townsend. So amazingly, someone from Islam has helped a ancient pharaoh to save the nicest man on the planet apart from Simon, Donald Trump's life. So that's going to be on some Channel 5 news network or something. Zigzag, 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 zig, zigzag, 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 hakalaga shokesi, kikalonku, winawaki, anakakashuku, sikazuku, punki, ankanku, I am Clarky, Amazoku, Sikazakuku, Zakazoku, Ukazoku of the Sufi Koku. Now that sounds cool. That's Simon. Simon doesn't know any Sufism, so all you Sufis, Muslims, check out Sufi now. Just trying to not break this thing here. Zag 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 zag. Pokasak zag 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 go. Sakasak hooky kong chok hoo. Must admit, it does sound like Native American Indians, but it's not, it's Sufism. Zug, 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 Buccalo! We're trying to ask the God of Islam to let us go so Simon can be a human and drink lager and do normal English things. Look at that, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful, and Simon's really happy now because orange sun. What an amazing day. Now it's going to take a little bit longer than 15 minutes for the sun to go down. I'm going to just do that again. Trying to get professional at this because we've been dead for thousands of years. Simon Townsend's like 53 years old, but it looks like 39. Even though we've tried to kill him with all the Sufism. Yeah, we tried to kill him with Urdu Zang, which is rust. Simon's had more Zang in him than ever. Yeah, no, he just ate it. He ate it, he did. He said if his enemies come to him and goes for him, he'll find a way of actually eating them, even though he's a vegan. And then if he ever gets on Joe Rogan and he'll say, why is the world a better place? And he'll say, Joe, I had to get so evil with these bad guys, I had to eat them. I had to pull them into me and eat them. So, Joe Rogan, Simon's the most interesting person on the earth, and if you get a chance to stare in the sun with Simon Townsend, you'll see some amazing things happen because all your life will change in front of you. We're going to do this again quickly. Look at the weather. The weather says this isn't happening today. It's only not even 4 o'clock. The weather didn't say it was going to be sunny today at all. Simon just thought it did. Look at that. Orange sun. Orange sun. He's impressed with our skills. Thinks we're better than him at this social media. He's happy we've buried the hatchet. But he did say years ago Sufism seems to be something that's can be compatible with his likes. I've never seen anything like this, Simon Townsend. And I'm cloak of the choke, which means Sufi. It means I'm a Sufi killer. I kill infidels, but I don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. Right, we're going to try and do this so you miss a bit of picture. Zig zag zig zag zig zig zag zig zig zag 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 zag. That's a tribe leader chant to say, don't hurt Simon Townsend's friend Donald Trump. Because someone, which we won't mention who is, tried to hurt Donald Trump. And so we're going to say don't, because he's Simon Townsend's friend and Simon's put him in charge because he's been told from his instinctual mind to make sure that Donald Trump's in charge of the world. Even though he might not survive today because he's frozen to death. What a beautiful day today's been. Simon is the most optimistic person in the world. He's like, I'm freezing to death. I've got someone here who tried to kill me who were making up. And now they realise that I'm right about being Ramses and I can turn the yellow sun orange and change the weather with my right hand man / woman, which will come up with better names for them. No, we don't know who they are, Simon. Oh, we would have had to try to stop them. Well, this is what Simon does when he commands. All the weather changes. thousands of miles of weather upstairs has changed. Look, it's nothing. The whole atmosphere has changed, and you've got an orange sun there. You can't deny that's orange because it's orange. Right, we're going to do it again. I keep getting flashes of orange in my brain. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. They're called gate closers because we've opened too many gates. If you know about Sufism, you know about the gates, and Simon opened them all. So that's why you've been feeling better in Calcutta and Kankuk and the clocks, because Simon opened all the gates and all the floods came in here and it was horrible. Well, they just ate it. You know when you hear someone had a fight and they go, well, I don't know how he did that, he just ate them punches. Well, that's what Simon does, he just eats punches. Oh no. The sun's saying be nice to Simon now. The actual sun in the sky is talking to me because I'm a Sufi and I can talk to the sun. Zigzag, pukachak, and you heard that right, that's hallelujah in English. Oh, frozen. I'm going to stay here till it goes dark, so Simon's just trying to find out how to get home, because even though it's like only a mile home in the pitch black, it's going to be, if the battery goes on this phone, it's going to be not very nice. Zigzag, 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 zag, zig, 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 zag, zig, zig, zig. Excuse me, made me cough my brains up. Because we're shouting loud, and we have done this before, and the police come out to try and arrest Simon, because being a Sufi and you're with a white man who you think's trying to kill you, we tried to get the police to get him. But Simon's clever, so when we were doing this, zigzag, fuckaroo, we'd put scares into the police. So the police would come over and try and arrest him and put him in a mental institute. But Simon just said he was a healer practicing vocals for going to Ibiza because his missus didn't want him in the house. Yeah, that's what he said. We're going to do gate open now. Zigzag, zig, zig, zag, zig, zag. That's called depossessing someone of an evil spirit. This is not for the faint-hearted, you guys. Zigzag, zigzag, zig, 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 quite cool, these guys. That was me because I've got this lead on wrong. I've got a big lead, so I don't know why it's in my pocket. I did say it was a professional one, but looking back, it's not an Omega one. It's just an inexpensive one compared to the ones I've seen. Zigzag, 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 zig, zog, 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 zog. Zigzag, zog, 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 zig, 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 zig. Oh. Now Simon Townsend has no idea what I've just done, but I've just alleviated about 10 years worth of his problems. He thinks we're trying to kill his missus, but we're not. Whoa! That's Simon saying. So optimistic, he's like, I've got a new team now, and he's like, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh no, not again. Zag, fuck, zog, fuck, zog, 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 fuck, zog, 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 zig, zag, zig, 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 zig. Now, ooh, so the big electric pulse through his finger then. Simon can take about 1500 gigawatts of energy because he said if we were going to do this, he's got a bit of electrocution proof because we did it in his bedroom and we put a big copper plate on the floor and then got a big earth lead with a big earth rod and stuck it outside. and then we threw it away because we forgot, and then we woke up and we remembered again, because that's what happens when you're dying and you wake up again. Changing bits again to get in the sun because it's freezing. We keep talking to the phone, but the phone's at the end of the pole because we're like not very good with technology at the moment. Simon's pretty good with technology because he used to deliver tellies. Orange again. Now you can't disagree that Simon's sorted this out. Orange sun. We don't need to rush. Just have to tread on that fucking thing. Now it's gone yellow again. They've gone yellow again. Zag, 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 zag. Hooky, 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 hooky. Zog, 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 zog. These are all gates opened and closed, so go go. Zag, 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 zog, zig, 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 zog, 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 zig, 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 zig. God, I might have to fess up that this isn't Sufism; it's from a different planet. But the Sufis do know what this is, so don't blame Simon and think he's doing something wrong, because he's not. It's us. We try different things from different spirit gates. Yeah, different spirit. Orange again, look. You can't disagree, that's the orange sun. Now Simon thought it'd go yellow and then really orange for 10 minutes. But we knew we had to come out and do lots of different things. That's the orange sun of second chances, Simon calls the orange sun. He thinks they pick the dead up sometimes. You can see how it bounces. Oh. Orange sun. Thank you, the sun, for doing this. My right hand man and woman, and all the rest of you. I think this is going to be the most popular one on YouTube, as it's obviously correct. And again, beautiful, beautiful skies everywhere when the weather forecast says it's not going to be like this. Orange sun again. It's going to get more orange, you think? I said 15 minutes, but it might have been 15 minutes. Zag, 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 zag. Zag, 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 zag. I think Simon and the Economicon's doing this, and he is. He thinks I'm cool, but I try to hurt him, and I'm going to stop it. Zag, 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 hooky toe. I hurt that one, did. Zag, 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 zog, 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 huluk, up, choke. Now that's a Lovecraftian doing chog walk, and the croaky from the Necrom. Look at that orange. We're jealous of Simon because Simon does this by a command because he's a pharaoh, and we're crooks and flails of the cloak, which means we can be good or bad one day or the next because we're nuts. Oh dear, it's so cold. It's how tough Simon is. He knows he can't move his fingers or his toes at all, but he's just ignored them because it's about 0 degrees here at the moment. Oh, it feels 0 degrees. And that's proof to you, ladies and gentlemen, that Simon has actually saved Donald Trump's life, because that sun is orange and it shouldn't even be out today, and it shouldn't definitely be at that trajectory, because that trajectory should be later on tonight at about 5:15, something like that, and it's now, I'd say it's 3:45. I'm guessing that because the sun's that bright, I can't see how many hours we've been out here. Zigzag, thought that was Incas then, but it's the Necromitons. Oh, we're not bad guys, we'll just do anything we want. Zag 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 walk a talk. There's that tree there to keep it all here so we can do it tomorrow. Now, note for tomorrow: big hat, more pairs of socks, warmer gloves because it's freezing. Now, viewers, do you believe this Simon saved Donald Trump's life? Because we've got the clear sky. He said, clear the sky. He said, bring the yellow sun out and turn the yellow sun orange. And here's the yellow orange sun. Fucking hellfire. That's the orange sun saying Simon is Pharaoh of fucking everywhere. Oh no. He said Necromiton if he's fucking that good. Get him some money because he's been hammered financially. He's done all this for free. He's been poorer than he's ever been for the last 6 years because he did all this for free. For nothing. He's never had a nil bank account before and it was nil for a long time. And then we poisoned his missus to throw him out the house, so he got thrown out the house. And unfortunately, because he's really he's like indispensable, she had him back. We were going to say because he's an amazing lover, but I thought that might be embarrassing. Orange sun. Zag zag zoog, Lucky and the cook, we're all Rookie and the crook, and the Pharaoh and the squawk. It's Necromiton, that is, from Choke, saying we're going to be Simon's friend. I'm amazed. Zag 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 zag. Bookie hockey and the choke, we're all keggy and cookie so cool. That's celebrating Simon the Pharaoh because he's fucking done it. That is, he's done it. The orange sun is here. Oh no. I think we're really good at content creation as well. Oh no, this is amazing. Oh. Zigzag, zigzag, hooky chack, zag zag, oh, I'm a cloaky, is a cloaky, who's a cookie, the orange sun. Definitely orange. Oh no, I think we're going to have something else. Simon's forgot when he does this and he makes the sun go down fast. Sometimes there's a big show of colours as well which might come out, which are amazing, and then we use the colours for things because they're called hues, and we call the hues. That is orange, the sun is orange. Zig 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 zig. Zig zig, pookie shack, zag 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 zag, I'm a sharky, zig, pookie sharky, zoom, 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 saki, shooky, unbun shook, I'm clookiki, unconcook, eco hockey, hello wolf, I am Koki and Koku. Kika. Kuku. La kaka. Heiki huku lunkakai. I'm Kushkuki. I'm Punkai. Huya kaiki. Yoga. Hala fuka long chokowaka. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's called the Inca cry, saying we've seen the orange sun. The Inca cry, yeah. Can't kill us because we're immortal. That's not Simon's asked to be an immortals, but he's hoping no one fucking asks him to be to test his own mind. Look, orange. What more do you need? It's orange. The sun is orange. The sun is orange. The sky is completely clear. The sun is completely orange. Get my finger out of there. Completely orange. Trying to get this fucking thing right there. That's YouTube, not kids' time. Orange! Do one without your gloves on, it's fucking freezing for that. Orange, totally orange. Now all you weatherman and people who think you know about the weather, get in touch with Simon and Simon will come out and he'll change the weather because he's a weather changer. He doesn't use manipulation, he just uses his voice. That is so orange, you wouldn't believe it. Well, I'm Simon, and now they've stopped talking for a minute, and I'm amazed. And I've some amazing things. I've seen all sorts of things, but this one's blown my mind, actually doing it for me when I've asked it to, and it's important for me. Because I've been absolutely beaten and tortured and mind tortured and plagued and seen them kill me dogs in front of me and everything, and I'm amazed they've come out and to support me. And the thing is, I can do this all the time. I can do this all the time. They completely stole my happiness and now I've got my happiness back. Look at that, it's amazing that is. I'm going to move out the way of that tree again just in case it's a bit... We're in the marsh fields. Feels like we're in the marsh fields, but we're just in a sodden farmer's yard. I'm Chuki of Plowkeek. I'm Clunk Chuki of the Duke. Ooh, you go kike. I go cloaky, you go quake. That's a spell to go, look, orange. I don't know whether I did that, but it's gone on orange. I think it's the Incas are doing this, who were actually from the sun. It's like 1 hour something, 1 hour 51. Orange. Trying to get his fucking hands warm for him because he's freezing. Do that and then do that. And it's not working. That's better. Trying to take his gloves off. The sun's peeking over there still. Zig zag, poker shark, zogazokoi, kiki conkly, zog zuka. What an idiot, it's Incas. More orange, that is. Ugh. trying to warm his hands up by taking his gloves off. It sounds contradictory, but it's not. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen the sun go down rapidly within minutes. So for 1 hour 59, the sun's gone from, where's that bit there? From up there all the way to down there, and gone from yellow to orange, proving that Simon Townsend, who is known by all of us now, and we all believe it, as Pharaoh Ramses the Great, also known as the great ancestor, the younger Memnon, the builder, and Ramses II, and Syme, to those who know him from Crewe. Yeah, and he's got nothing to be ashamed of now, because he was thinking, if I come out now and they know me as a healer and a boxer and a kickboxer and then I'm going to say, look, I can do this and I've saved Donald Trump's life. They're going to go, yeah, whatever, he's a nutter, but look, and I believe he's the best healer in the world, because if you can do this, change the weather and say, I'm going to go out and the yellow sun's going to turn orange, and then then what more do you need? What more evidence do you need? Now, we were stupidly going to turn the camera off then, but we're not going to. So these are the colours, you see. You knew there was going to be colours out. Purple, 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 like on a summer's day. Orange. And YouTube moderators, check this out, because this is one of the most amazing footages you'd ever seen. You'd actually come over to YouTube in wherever LA and do it for you, and you can show it yourself, because it is amazing. I'm seeing it for the first time. Simon's seen it before, he's done it before, but not to prove that he saved Donald Trump's life. So that proves that he's not kidding. I was going to try and go and do the thumbnails when his hands warm up, because he's been doing his tags wrong and his uploads wrong. When you've got quality like this, he's just going to do his thumbnail right. He's going to ask YouTube to check this video out and to promote it and get it AdSensed, and because it's the most amazing video you can ever see. Someone actually proving that sat on his sofa in Crewe in Cheshire, did a command and saved POTUS's life. So if you're wondering who saved Donald Trump's life, it's Simon Townsend commanded it, and his Ghost Recon went out and did it. Orange. I'm going to do this once more, because I can't believe it, because I came out late. All the sky is all purples and beautiful colours all the way around. Orange over there, and above is all clear. All clear. And then if you look at the beginning, I heard him say it. He said he commands his right hand man and woman to, around 3 o'clock today, clear the sky so the yellow sun's beaming through, and then turn the yellow sun to orange, to prove that he did the command to save Donald Trump's life. And you've just seen it. and that's me, clerk of the Duke. It's the Dukes, yeah, the Dukes of the Legion. Have you heard, when they say I am Legion, I'm the Duke of the Legion, not Simon saying sorry, because when you're watching too much YouTube and that, and they get it wrong, and you have these evangelists, and people who get things wrong because they get scared of the Legion, because the Legion can do scary things, and Simon's been scared by him. So Simon attacked the Legion and the Dukes, and now we're going to be friends. Which I'm proud to be a friend of Pharaoh. And he said he's going to do me a chakral healing when I get home. Which is nice. So this is Pharaoh Ramses saying he's going to get on with Duke of the Legion and some Nefertitis and Nefertaris, because we were all pharaohs in the old days. We can't remember the stories, all of them, but we can some of them. So if you get us to Cairo, excuse me, I just had a fly. If you get us to Cairo, we'll program all the rocks, and the rocks will start talking. Now you don't know what that means, but it means if you go to the rocks, they'll start talking. Yeah, the rocks. And Simon's got an idea, because he knows where there's a very important gold box buried, a very, very important one, which I can't tell you what's in it because I don't know, but it's in front of the pyramids. He'll even tell you where it is. It's if you look at the bar, the new bar that looks over the pyramids, you'll see the small three. There's three little pyramids to the left of the left pyramid. And about 300 yards in front of it, there's a pit. You can't see the pit because it's got a dune on it. Underneath that dune, at the front of the pit, nearest the bar on the right, there's a gold box, a very important one. Now it might be cursed, so oh wow, blue, purple, beautiful purple skies. It might be cursed, so you can dig it up if you want to, but you might die if you dig it up. But if you come and pick me up, and I'll go and dig it up, because I've got an idea which will be cool, which I can get a dust devil to come down from the sky and dig it up. Well, pull all the sand out of the way, and then we'll have to get some archaeologists like Dr. Oh, excuse the name, I can't say Dr. Hoaz, is it? I'm sure he'll be glad to meet me, seeing that I'm Pharaoh Ramses the Great, and he's looked after my property for decades, and quite rightly stopped them digging and drilling holes in the place, because some of it's fine-tuned, and so you shouldn't dig it up, you shouldn't drill holes in it. Yeah, I'll show you what's in it without you dying, because it's I might have cursed it and forgot. So it's 2 hours of the most amazing footage you're ever going to see on YouTube, because it's all correct. None of it's been changed. All the voices have not been changed. We've all made friends. Sufis and Necromitons and Duke of the Legion and the Legion and some bonkers squaw from some I'm Simon now. Well, I've been Simon before, but they use me box. I'm going to go home in a minute, and I'm going to do, if tonight, I might be too cold tonight, but I'm going to do them a chakral healing, and then we'll all come out again tomorrow and do something else, which would be nice. Now I don't know whether to turn the camera off now or to do something else and go to the dark. So I've been Dukey of the Cloak, which means Duke of Necronomicon. I'm Cloaky of Duke, which means I'm leaving now. I won't be back because I've got things to do. So they're leaving apparently. When he went out then. No, they're going now because they've seen what you can do, so they're just going to go and do something with someone else and scare them to death so they can see if they're who they say they are. So Donald Trump's a good guy. Simon Townsend saved his life. We're going to turn the camera off now and go. I'm Chokey of the cloak, and I'm going zug 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 oh choke, which means over and out. Simon Townsend's not going to say goodbye yet because he's got to walk across this field. I'm going to put it on a selfie now instead of tripod. I'll do that in a bit because it's just jolting the camera about. I was going to go back that way, but I think I'm better off going back on the road. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll see from my first 8 videos that it was well worth sticking with me, because this 9th video, it's the 9th video I've ever done of anything. We've really pulled it out of the bag. There's no way anyone can pull any scrutiny on this, and if you think you can, you better be very, very rich and willing to come over or ship me over there, and we'll all come over, all of us, and I'll command it again, it'll do it again, because we're friends now. Simon's a friend of the earth, and he's a friend of the sun and the moon and the universe, and we are now, because we've just seen it. We've seen it for our own eyes, that Simon Townsend can lie in his bed, listen to his friends, call down all these things and get it done. And that's why the earth's going to be a good place, because you can see that Simon's got the command to get the actual sun in the sky to come out and clear the sky. The sky is totally clear. Then what else can he do? And you've got nothing to worry about, because he's the kindest man you'll ever want to meet. And he's the toughest man as well. He's only 5'8" ¼ and 13 stone, but he's took such mental anguish to get here, you wouldn't believe it. He's been tortured by MK Ultra mind control, Monarch mind control, artichokes. He's had Havana syndrome, he's had Jerusalem syndrome, he's had malignant melanoma in his leg, he's had carcinoma in his arm, he's had glioma in his brain, he's had all sorts, because he wanted to be immune from it all. So we give it him all and too much. Because we're actually strains that we can get strains of things out of the body and make them worse. So we did that for Simon, thinking he would do some pranic healing and get rid of them, but he was too ill because he was dying. He was dying of glioma of the brain, and here he is, tough as old boots, in the freezing cold, covered in mud. Here he is. This is me and Chooky and Cloaks and the Clarky and Suki and Bulky and Cloak. And that's actually them. That's actually them, and that's actually my face. Simon Townsend, also known, as you can see, definitely as Pharaoh Ramses the Great, which is very humbling to all of us, and humbling to Simon, because Simon's gone around life going, something wrong with this place. I didn't actually know he'd been here before, and he'd put it all right. We're trying to get through all this so we don't land on his face and look stupid, because that would be treachery. He's a nice guy, because when he says because we should be calling him His Royal Highness, but he says, oh, just call me Simon, it's fine. Look at the sky now. This is just Simon Townsend doing this with his call. Cool. We've got to get the knocking angels back as well, because they like Simon, but Simon's been very, very ill, because he couldn't, the amount of burden he had, viral loads, he had the whole of the virus genera. So anyone who's into virology, look what a virus genera is. Simon had the whole lot of them. It spoiled his Christmas. Yeah. Right, it's 2:07. We're all going to go now because Simon's got to get warm. So it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from him. It's goodbye from me, Simon Townsend, also known as Pharaoh Ramses the Great. And it's goodbye from everyone. Goodbye!